Yeah.
Can't let the viewers know something is wrong. Yeah.
Keep the vibes.
Alright, hello guys, welcome back to another episode of the JahknowPodcast. You don't know, it's your host Mikey. Followed, I'm in the midst of Granddaddy Vin and Nipples this night. To talk about ghost stories. Yeah, ghost Duppy story, whatever you want to call it. You see me? So, anyways, um,
Yes.
do you guys believe in the paranormal? Do you
Yes,
guys
yes, I
believe
do.
in
Certainly.
you believe in the paranormal? Okay, okay, amazing. I mean, I have some skeptical views of it, even despite my, experiences. But have any of you guys had any, paranormal experiences that you want to talk about tonight?
Personally, no, I haven't experienced any
You never experienced
paranormal
not
activity.
even not even like sleep paralysis, nothing.
Only sleep paralysis.
So
What?
you never yet to like something and a corner eye,
No,
nothing, nothing at all.
no paranormal
What?
activities.
That's crazy. I've had cases where, well, experiences where I've had sleep paralysis. Like, I remember I was on the veranda. It was night.
Mm-hmm.
I must have fallen asleep in the evening. When I woke up, it was pitch black. Well, not pitch black, but it was dark outside. Zine.
Mm-hmm.
And realized, like, yo, I cannot get up. We can't move.
That's what he said.
And kind of my them, bro, is like I saw this black figure coming towards me.
Why?
Hey,
All right, I'm
you see,
sorry.
with me and the sleep paralysis thing, it's like I had it. It's like I went to take a nap, but I never seen it up here. I just couldn't move for like a while. I'm just there.
Same.
Look, I'm
Like
never seen nothing.
I literally went through a period where I was having sleep paralysis every night, but I didn't see anything, but I would
See yourself.
hear stuff. I would literally hear like at one point I heard like a woman saying like, where she keep her pocket paper? And I'm like, pocket paper? Is a demon trying to rob me right now? I literally heard like I would just hear weird stuff. But at first, when it first started happening, I wouldn't hear or see anything. So I'm like, okay, like obviously I googled it and they were like, your brain is awake, but your body is still sleeping or something like that.
Yeah.
But as time went by and it started happening more frequently, I would start hearing stuff. And I kind of would just lay there and try to listen to what it was saying because there's this like whole superstition behind it that maybe there's some like a higher being or something trying to talk to you or trying to communicate with you. So I'm like, okay, if that's the case, let me just hear. If something click, then maybe it's true. But nothing ever clicked. It was always just some weird gibberish.
Hmm.
But I've had
Interesting.
other experiences too, like seeing stuff around my house. Bro, I have so many stories. My house isn't haunted or anything, but my family and I are convinced there are like portals in our house. Bro, I could go on and on, but more on the telephone story first, because it's just a whole thing.
Alright, I
Should
have
I go
quite a
on?
few. I have quite a few. Let me just
Okay.
drop mine then
Yeah,
first, and
yeah.
then you can just follow through. Isn't me? This first story. This happened like back when I was like probably like 12. No, no, before that, probably like 8. I don't know if you guys know Golden Spring.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, yes, I had an aunt that was renting a house in Golden Spring. It was like a 2-story house. Zin, big yard. The house wasn't that old. Well, it kind of looked old, but it wasn't really that old. But
It
Mm-hmm.
was
I
a
used to
fixer
stay
upper.
as a fixer upper.
Yeah.
So I used to come over there like after church kind of vibe because the church was close by. Um, yeah, one day I believe it was in the morning. Not even the morning. I think it was the afternoon after we came back from church. Me and my cousin was in the closet. Um, we were looking
Wait,
for.
context, please. Oh, okay.
Oh, context. Oh no, it was an
Yeah,
actual
what?
closet. It was an actual closet.
Okay.
It was an actual closet. where you put your clothes and stuff. We were in there and we were looking for my other cousin's laptop. As kids, we do things we're not supposed to do, and we take out things we're not supposed to take out. We didn't want her to know that we were using her laptop, basically. So that's why we were hiding in there and using it. But my cousin then touches my arm and he's like, "Yo, bro, God, who that at the door?" And I look at the door. There's this black figure, and it's pretty short, well, full, well, like our height or a little taller. And it's like I'm looking at the figure and I'm trying to decipher what the hell is that. And then it smiled,
Yo.
and I'm
Oh
like,
boy. No, no.
and then when I ready to close the closet door, it runs away, and I'm like, yeah, man, man, left out of this. So me and my cousin run go downstairs now, and we're like, yo, I'm not gonna name drop my cousin. So let's call her Abby. I say, yo, Abby, you did upstairs? She said, no, whenever upstairs. Me not believe her no in a car. In my mind, me I say, yo, I never do see Duppy. Right? Then I asked my parents, some aunts say, oh, was she upstairs or not? They're like, no. Then I look at my cousin looked at me, and we both said in you know, would have synchronized and say, yo, Adopi. We say from that, I did not go back up there. Really? I never go back up there. Me though, every Sunday after that, I'm like, yo, I want to go home. I'm not going back up there.
So do you actually like believe it was a duppy like in your heart? Like do you
Yo,
feel
I
uneasy
don't
when you're in
know.
the house
Like,
or nothing?
I felt uneasy anytime I was there, and I decided I was not going back because
Mm.
I couldn't explain it. My cousin could explain it. Like, if, I would have one thing if I just him alone they see it, but it was the both of
Yeah.
us. So it was really freaking weird.
The fact that there's something smile, Jesus.
Yeah, that
It
sound like the nigga from
smiled
Full Metal
like,
Alchemist.
Hell
yes,
no.
that's exactly what it looked like.
Really? Oh shit, would I piss myself?
I
Bro,
can
all
actually
I saw
remember
was
the first
teeth.
time I saw like a duppy. I was about like I don't know 15, one of them early teens there, and I was outside. It was in the evening time around like 7 p.m. when it just started get dark. So how my place set up now, I don't really have neighbors. I have people in front of me and behind me, but nobody directly beside me. It's just like lots, like for like land for somebody else to come build them house.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of in the middle of nobody, and then there are a few houses after the lots. So beside of my house to the left, well to the right facing my house, there used to be a shortcut there where you could like walk through beside my house and go basically to the back of the what is name street. I don't know. There was a shortcut in the story. So, but the thing is, at that time, the bush them just start grow up and things, so there was no shortcut there anymore. You know. So there's this little boy in my community named Edley, where we used to go primary school with, and everybody around the community know Edley because I think his family was like poor. He never really went to school and stuff like that, so he would always just roam the street, just like a bother people dog and I pick mango and just I don't know, he was just doing kid things because he couldn't afford to go to school. So but I saw the shadow now and I thought it was Edley because the shadow looked exactly like him, but I couldn't see his face or anything because at night. So I was like, Edley? And same time the shadow just did like a freakish turn, them slow turn that you see in a movie,
Oh John.
and it just walked away into the bushes and I'm like, Edley, but it not answer me. I mean, I say I can't edit that because first of all, everybody know there's no shortcut there anymore. So like it would have just basically a walk in a bush and then it just disappeared in the bush, and that was the first time I really experienced something like that. After that, it was just like a chain reaction. We would see stuff in our house. Like I live with my family. I have 4 sisters, right? So it's all girls. So we know a man in our house. So why we see man figure? I mean, apart
Mm-hmm.
from my father, apart from my dad, but one of the main things I always tell people is this one story where my twin and I are convinced that there is a portal in our room. I'm not kidding. Because every single time we see something, it's coming out of our room or entering into our room. And my twin was like, one time she saw these two duppies enter through our door and like went into the corner of her room and disappeared. And them did a talk, but like one of the duppy them and say, how we are gonna reach Spanish Town? Mind you, I live in St. Thomas. The duppy literally asked the other one, how we are gonna reach Spanish Town? And then they just disappeared into this like weird, light or something. And then after that, like a few weeks after that, me and her were, because we shared our room, we don't anymore, but my bed the beside of her own and like a good feet apart, and we were both on our separate beds on our phones, and me never look up or anything, but I saw something enter our room and like disappearing at the same corner. It's always that one corner. And I was like my sister name, I'm gonna use Abby again. Like me say, Abby, you see that, right? And she was like, yep. And we would just shake our head and just continue using my phone because we're just so used to it. Like we're always seeing stuff. I remember even seeing one time I woke up and there was a figure beside my bed. Like, like when somebody put, Kanye West did it recently, like when you put like a stocking foot over your face, so you can see the feet, that features are there, but you can't see them. It's like it was faceless, and it had on like a cowboy hat. And I was like, what the hell? I kind of just turned my back to it and went back to sleep. And I said like a prayer, because I grew up in a Christian household, so that's kind of what them teach you to do. Oh, just pray and just ignore it. Don't show any fear.
You sure see a whole snap buried over one graveyard?
That's what everyone's
Built
saying.
over a graveyard or something.
Or on slave plantation, because that cowboy sound like a slave master. You know?
Yeah, that was really weird. But the only time I ever saw him after that was in a dream. I dreamt about him, and then after that I never saw him again.
Oh yeah, man, him like you.
That was weird. And the weirdest part about that, guys, it gets weirder. I actually Googled it because every time I have these experiences, I Google it to see if I'm just smarting. There is like a known thing for people to see like a cowboy spirit, like a faceless cowboy. Isn't that weird?
The headless horseman?
He's not headless though. He's just faceless, and him about like a cowboy hat, and he just stands there.
Oh.
I mean,
it's like a thing. It's an actual phenomenon that people see.
I have never seen
I don't
that
know,
before.
maybe.
Man, no come set Duppy on me because I've never seen one of them before.
But my thing is, maybe like I read it somewhere before and subconsciously, I don't know. Because I like to try to, because I believe in these things, but at the same time, I'm not going to be completely naive, I like to challenge myself and be like, oh, maybe it was just the wind, Tessa, or maybe you were just too high.
You sure not high?
But these things were happening before I started smoking weed.
Oh, damn. That's
crazy. And even, I grew up in St. Thomas, so I'm used to Duppy stories. Because even grandmother would always tell me things like, oh, don't make nobody touching her hair, because when me I go to school, them obia one girl using her hair, and them she did bright and now she did dunce. We grew up on obia stories hard. Like, that was our thing.
Alright. You think with me, like, I believe in the supernatural, like, I believe that shit is real, I have fear of that shit, but I just never experience it. Like, everybody have these Duppy stories with them, I say this, them I say that. But I never see that nothing before.
Isn't that a good thing, though?
I mean, yes, it is a wonderful thing, trust me, but
trust me, it's not. Just like, it's really creepy. I actually went through a period of my life, the same time when I was having sleep paralysis and all this stuff, I would see things out the corner of my eye. I would hear people calling my name, like whispering my name. I would see, like, through my window, like flashes of light, like someone was taking a picture of me. I thought I was actually going through a psychosis at one point.
All right, so I'm asking a question. So following them, I'm asking a question. You ever see scary movie one yet?
No, I did. That's the thing. I don't watch scary movies because I know I'm a pussy ass bitch. I'll go dream about it the next night.
No. Scary movie one is a comedy. It's scary, but it's a comedy. And you've never seen it before.
No, I still haven't seen it. No.
Mikey, you seen it?
Yeah, I've watched
all right, the scary movies. You know which seed mag reference with that, right?
The What's Up? I think I've seen that.
Who is Woodley? So long.
Like.
Oh, is that
I think that's my cousin. That's so nice of me, he would say.
Woodley.
All All right.
Alright, Biggie, welcome to the show. You know, we
Mhm.
kind of start late, but just to catch you up to speed, we're talking about ghost stories, paranormal activity, basically experiences with it. Or if you just feel like it's a load of crap. But yeah, I do have a second story. I've only had like two encounters so far. Thank God I don't really want to say a third. I don't want a third. My second was really really creepy,
Oh.
and this occurred at another cousin's house. Yeah, man, I start going from cousin him yard. You see me?
Yo, man,
Yeah.
man, don't set Duppy on me.
Brother, shut up. But yeah, this is our second cousin's yard. It was close to like, I don't know if you know Manning Road.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know Manning. You're supposed to know Manning
Of course.
But yeah, he lived close to there or within that vicinity. So, anyways, there was this house that he was renting. Well, his mom was renting. And I used to stay over there. And I came over one. I think it was one weekend because I usually like a weekend to spend. And I heard his mom talking about some paranormal activity going on. Like my cousin them see some shit.
Mhm.
I'm like, that's crazy, bro. Then they started describing the person. She's like, cause apparently, in our family, she's like in touch with the other side in some way. Like she can sense things,
Yeah,
mm,
no.
and like I was skeptical of it before, but now I kind of believe it in a way. And like she can sense things about people. I think I
mm.
call it clairvoyance or some shit like that.
No, trust me, that shit's real.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really creepy. But I'm going to explain why I kind of started believing her. But let me finish my story first. So yeah, they described the guy, supposedly tall guy that died in the house. Well, he died on the other side of the house. He was tall, dark skin, bald, and he was wearing white. Right? He was wearing white, like a white suit or whatever. Like he was buried in that shit. So, anyways, I was there chilling one night. The living room was close to basically attached to the veranda or whatever. So the door was open. The lights were on the outside, but on the inside it was dark. So I'm there chilling. Me because I watch TV, and both of my cousins fall asleep before me. I'm chilling, and I corner my eye. I feel like somebody will watch me. So I look outside, and I see this figure in a white suit. And I'm like,
Hell nah.
Oh, bumbleclot.
Facts.
bro, I closed that door so fast and I turned off the light. I touched my cousin and say, "Yo, bad man, I got in the room here. Is it?" You know? I was like, yeah, I'm never coming back here as well. That's
No, but that
crazy.
clairvoyant shit is so real, bro.
Oh, let me
Cause
explain. Let me
oh,
explain
you're not done.
why.
Okay.
Let me explain why I believe that my cousin can sense shit. Zine. So boom, I was in Toronto. This was a couple years ago. I had a girlfriend up there. I did things in her room. Well, not my cousin's room, but my other cousin's room. Zine, my male cousin's room. Zine. Yeah, I did things in there, you know. And I got rid of all the evidence. There was no way she would know that we were fucking in that house. So, anyways,
Yo.
on the day of me taking my flight back to Jamaica, I get a message, and it says, from my cousin, "You're too sneaking." There was no way. There was no way, bro.
So how did
That
she know?
she,
Like what she says? Like she gets a
bro,
feeling
there
or
was
what?
no. She got a feeling. She sees visions and shit.
No, she got the
So no
Deku
more than
Oh.
like she say a vision me have out.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yep.
that's crazy.
That's just real, and let me tell you why. Cause I'm a twin, y'all. My cousin might know. I'm a twin, so them call it twitches or whatever you want to say, but my twin sister can like see shit before it happens. Like she dream things. Like she dreams it, but it's never nothing serious though. I'm like, bitch, that's not helpful. Like I don't care who's pregnant. Like she always dreams that somebody pregnant and them end up pregnant. Like who cares? Why when I couldn't dream say like me I go book my tour yesterday? You understand? Like something useful, please. But she's the dreamer and I'm like the seer, you know, like I see the shit around the house. But I know I'm not crazy because my other siblings will see stuff too. Like even my twin one time she said she saw an angel because she had to get up early for I think she had an interview, a job interview. And daddy usually wake me up because he's the early bird. And he's a Christian, you know. So I think that's why she might have saw the angel. But she said she'll wake up and she's like she hear daddy call her, you know, the living room. Because sometimes he calls us for worship sessions. Um, so she heard him say like, "Gonna come worship" or something like that. So is that weird? Do I need to explain that? Worship sessions.
Mm,
Me hear
no,
somebody say something a while ago. Okay, yeah. No, we're
no.
Christian, so we have worship sessions. But yeah, and she followed the person into the living room. She got into the living room. She was like, where's daddy?" So she went to our mom in their room, and mommy was like, "What you talk about? Daddy gonna work from last night." And then she remembered that, oh shit, I have to be up right now to get ready for the thing. So she kind of concluded that it was an angel who like woke her up so she wouldn't be late.
Uh, that
Yeah,
might be a demon
that
because
kind of
demons can do
mild.
that shit.
That kind of mild though. But here's this is a creepy one, guys. My grandmother had an experience in our house, right? So she said she was sleeping in our guest room. And the thing about like vacant rooms and stuff like that, them always say like don't you have to like cleanse out a vacant room because spirit will pass through and send anybody in there and like take up residence. So it was vacant for a while because we hadn't had any visitors, and my grandma came and she slept in that room and she always complained, this room is so hot, this room is so hot. Like even when the fan is on, she has sweat, she burn up everything, and she just felt uneasy in the room. One morning she was like, "You didn't hear me ball out last night? Nobody no come save me." I was like, "Grandma, what happened?" She said, "Duppy, I'd pull her off of the bed." So she said she was sleeping, right? And she feel like somebody jump in at the bedside her. You know, you can feel when somebody like put them knee like when they're about to crawl into the bed.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean, yeah. So she felt like somebody like kind of stepped, like a slow step, you know, into the bed. So she turned to see a Uno. Same time when she turned her back on to face the wall to see who came on the bed, something that wasn't on the bed was pulling her off of the bed. So when she turned back now to see what pull her off of the bed, the thing that actually came on the bed was pushing her off. So a 2D man I tried pull her off of the bed, and she was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
so they're
so
fucking.
yeah." They
Those
were like,
demons
"No,
fucking on that
wait,
bed.
what?"
Them,
So she
them, they
was
want
like,
a dogo. So them I try to take her off her bed.
"No," but what she concluded is they were sleeping there because no one was there for a good while. So it's like them I said, "But no, you have to come full bed now. You
Your
need to come
breath no
off."
blood clot.
And she said she screamed out, and I'm like, "Grandma, you might have dreamed that because nobody never hear you scream out." And she said no, she never dream it because she know when she had dreams. I don't know. That's I think that's the most hardcore thing that happened in our house. Because as much as we see things, not never really touch we. Oh, and there. Okay, we're building a top floor to our house, right? So obviously up there gonna be vacant because we need to do electrical work, you know, pipelines, whatever. So nobody not really
Yeah.
move upstairs yet. So we have this running joke where we call like a spirit Marco. We call him
Rascal.
Marco because I swear to God, because me and my little sister, we're the introverts in our family, so we always come upstairs to kind of escape people, and we will hear footsteps, like we hear things drop, like all types of stuff, and nobody else is up here. And recently, my mother was doing some work up here, and she lose her knife. Like
No,
I don't know, she
sir.
lose her knife.
No, sir.
She
Nope.
lose the knife, right? And she's like, "Where is this knife? Like I had it up there." We look for the knife for like 2 days. Come to find out, the knife is on a random ladder. She never even used that ladder. You get what I mean?
Interesting.
And
Mm-hmm.
stuff. even stuff will go missing in our house too. Like even me, I got so used to them. Like sometimes I'm doing my hair or something and I misplace the comb and I'm like, where's the comb? I just put it right here. So and I will say something like, me can get back my comb, please. I want to go and come back. The room was the comb is right here where
Boy,
I
no way,
looked
girl.
already. I'm not kidding. The comb is right there, and I looked there already, and I was just like, all right, thank you, I guess.
Sound like
You
your
know,
friend.
I just try to keep it respectful because I don't need nobody boxing me. Me here said up, you can
Yeah.
box you,
Oh yeah.
bruh. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, ma'am. I don't want to
Oh,
get physical,
that's
so I just try
negativity.
to.
I have a story about that actually. So this is somebody who did know when I was a kid. Like I was like maybe like 8, 9, and he was a teenager. So the story was me here what Master How the youth dead. He must have picked breadfruit or ackee or something in a late night. I want Duppy box him and jump out of tree and dead.
Sorry.
Really?
That's better you fun.
Sorry.
Okay, but maybe he just fell, and just broke his neck. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Jesus
you know,
Christ.
you know, get the people stay ready. So them gonna say Duppy box him out of tree.
Yeah, that's true. No, but wait, what your name? Wood release. Give me some
Yeah,
story, cause you're from St. Thomas too. I know where. I mean, from your baby, them I tell you Obia story and Duppy story. So give me
Tessa,
two.
it's me, Jesus Christ. It's me, for the love of God.
It's who that?
A Khalil, brother.
Oh, don't say your government name, sir.
But they know business about me. They
All
forget
right,
me at the end of the day.
all right. Tell me two story. You text me
Alright.
one, so you can tell one day.
Me actually takes you two. And the two of them here kinda mild still. Let me just start with the most common one where white people experience seemingly more than other people is the sleep paralysis one. Is very common, very popular, isn't it? So man was you don't know man was drawing a Z's, you see me? A man woke up. But when man woke up, man couldn't move. So I be like, this is a school morning. I can't deal with this right now. And you will take me, I have to go face more negativity when I go to school just by being on that campus alone. So alright, I'm gonna try to muscle this one through. So I tilt my head. I'm gonna say, yo, I saw this creature, brother. Gray skin, um, yeah, them they kind of glow, but them they black at the same time. It's kind of wild, isn't it? It's like All Might. Everybody know All Might from My Hero Academia. In the eye them black, but them glow blue, and them think that yeah, this one's eyes were glowing white. It was like an alien, but they have Down syndrome and they tall,
What the
and
fuck?
you see me, and this shit was peeping from the Emma wall, but I'm like, well, say, I'm home alone. The light never, no light never turned on in the house, and there was light behind the screen. So I'm like, so you're walking through portals now to come people, man. Now, when I was young, me used to get scared by these things, but as I got older, me start meditating, me start taking the Jedi way, and they think they start channeling my energy, and then think they start work guzo without actually doing guzo. If you know what I mean,
Yes,
is it
indeed,
like
indeed.
is
That
it me
is
start
it.
meditating and
Voodoo
then
with
think they
excellence.
spiritually aware, spiritually strong, and they think they so.
Man, so you have to explain.
Isn't it?
You have to explain that one day.
All right. So when we say work
How
guzo,
you
no
work,
work
Guzu? Mm-hmm.
is like people work guzo by doing ritual and contacting spirits and them thing. When I meditate, it's like, all right, me actually my spiritual energy and thing. So the most basic way to explain is like law of attraction. You see me? You think it, you
Oh, so
desire
like
it, you meditate it.
manifestation.
You see me? So that's the most basic thing. Me sorry, no Jordan, but this one had Down syndrome. You see me? You see me? I remember aliens are not just extraterrestrial, but extra dimensional as well. So
Facts.
you see
Yep.
me? So after a while, me stop. I've I've gotten independent of chanting scriptures in my dreams to ward off things. Now I just run fades like someone with black A4s in my dreams.
I
You see
love
me?
this nigga.
So love you too, bro. And this thing was just peeping at me. I'm like, yo, you like we don't
Yeah,
live
Batty
together.
man, dog.
I'm sure you see me a batty ducky. You see me? So I'm sure this Duppy was there, brother. And you're just looking at me, brother. Try hold me down. I did the hardest sit up in my life, brother. It felt like transforming Super Saiyan 3. I was trying to go and run fades with this thing. But I just blinked once and she was gone. I ended up,
Yeah.
sitting up. I woke up sitting up on my bed. Like when you have these dreams, just like your grandmother when she did explain, say, oh, she did a ball out, but never nobody never did hear her. My theory
Yeah.
is that she was in between realms, kind of like in that twilight
Yes.
zone. So she knows that she's awake. She knows that she's screaming. She knows she's being affected physically, but she is like one layer behind the layer that you are conscious in when it comes to
Yeah.
existence in realms and shit.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too. I feel like it's
So
so crazy as fuck.
yeah. So in a this realm now, me try run down the thing, brother, and the thing just gone. Me wake up, me sit up the house, the dark again and thing. Me turn on the light, them and I made my affirmation clear. Say, listen, I welcome you to come and try that again because my fades are ready and I'm not even a barber. You see me? I do be
Dude.
trimming myself though, and my cuts be clean. You see me? And here's the second story. Here's the second story. Because it would make sense. I tell you guys the other ones because those only take place in dreams, right? So you want something that's close to reality, like close to this realm of existence. Anyway, so this one was years prior, like when I was in upper six. You see me, upper six farm, C4. You don't know, bad place.
Yeah, big up seafood,
Big up
straight.
C4.
East
Yeah, man.
side, king in our.
You
If you
see
think you're
me?
quick, then prove it. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, man. So this is more of a romantic genre still. So, man was in this dream, saw this girl, our eye them Asian, but her lips them African. Then juicy lips girl is me.
Malaysians.
Yeah, man. Brown skin and them thing the ear catch up in a one. You don't know.
Don't
Girl
know.
was dressed like like Chun Li, but not Chun Li. You see me? So thighs were showing, and like in like a tribal girl, like, but she did well put.
Sexiness.
Yeah, yeah. It was like a Final Fantasy character in a sense. You see me?
Yeah, I love you.
Yeah, man. So I walk in with this girl and me look down upon her, and kiss and them thing there. And then, that's not even the fun part. The fun part is when a week later, after not telling a single soul about this dream, this girl texts me out of the blue, asking man if I remember her from the dream and proceeds to describe every detail vividly, even the taste of my ethereal lips. You see me?
What the fuck?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
You
whoa,
see me?
whoa,
And I
whoa,
say,
whoa.
no, this, it shouldn't work like this. What is this?
Hold on,
What
how she
is
takes up
this?
on number, God?
She a use the Tesseract. She a use the Bifrost.
Yo.
What she a do? You see me? What? She have the Infinity Gauntlet. What is she doing?
That's
You see me?
actually insane.
Yo, you
You
know
see
what
me?
that sound like? That sound like astral projection, bro.
For real.
It
Yeah.
sounds like that. Like she would probably just astral projected on some realm and met there and you know
Yeah.
maybe dugu and come back. You see me?
Hmm.
But me
That
not
reminds
remember
me
them things
of a
like that.
Black Mirror episode. You know that episode where the guy like where them play the game and they have sex in the
Oh, you're
game?
talking about striking Viper? Yo,
Yeah.
I love Black Mirror. Like that is my favorite series from Netflix.
Right. Honestly, I felt like Neo in the first
Yeah, tough
movie of
man.
the Matrix when I meet Trinity and them thing there, and she was just like this presence, you know, kind of like a cyber stalker in a sense. Only to know that this we in this bitch, and this girl is real, and she has the power to initiate these things with me. You see me? Me can't do it.
So has it
Me new
happened
to this. Me
since?
new to the guzo. She a veteran for the guzo. You see me? Like she just triggers the inception, brother. I'm like,
So has it
okay.
happened since? Like, is this frequent? Not to be in your business, but does
No,
she like
no,
travel to
man. Me no
you?
mind. Me no mind. Me no mind. 'Cause chances are me may actually end up marrying this person. Cause universe is acting kind of crazy, especially lately. Um, It happens from time to time, but it doesn't happen anymore since going to UTech. Well, not as often. Maybe once in a while, but not as
Not
often
as
as
often.
pre this in my last relationship, brother, in 2018. This same girl, brother. She didn't just appear in a dream this time, brother. She appeared in the twilight zone, brother. Just like the little um um anorexic Down syndrome alien thing. Sleep paralysis demon. You don't know. Man was laying on his right side. Every time I lay up on my right side, me always get some fucking nightmare. I don't know if it affects anyone else, but you're laying on your right side, you get a nightmare. You lay up on your back, sleep paralysis demon can feel you up, while you're
Facts.
down. So I was laying on my back, brother. I was expecting, a nightmare or some shit. Like I don't mind nightmares. I conquer them because I'm too angry even in my sleep to be faded by some Duppy. Like fuck you, nigga. And she came to me again, and the girl lick off me neck back and give me a chops and said neck back. You see me? She said, "Steal you later." And I saw the time in the dream. It was after 4. You see me? It was about 4:30. 4:34 actually. Write that down. That's probably one of them like a numerology number there. You see me? 4:34. And I woke up seeing the same time. 4:34. Computer was on. Me
I
still
go
have the
Google that.
lingering feeling coming back. Me I said that, yeah, that girl black, brother. He's a different level of kinky. If you're a kinky, transcend time and space, brother. The front don't get better than that. You see
No,
me?
same. I tell no man, no set that with me. Like, I see something white moving in my computer while
Oh,
again. You
Jesus
see him
Christ.
something I want to talk about now. You see them
Just
something?
rebuke it, man.
But
But I
yo,
googled the
yo,
number and it says
uh-huh.
434 stands for the hard efforts you're making to reach your life goals. Number 434 is also a symbol of growth, optimism, blah blah blah.
Interesting. So that
We
means
want
the
to try
girl
and
is
make
a
something
positive
grow.
thing. Interesting.
But I've
Alright.
always heard people like dreaming like warnings and stuff like that. I even had a pastor who told us that he was really in love with this girl, but it was when he was starting his, spiritual journey with Christianity. And him dreams say he was having sex with a dog, with a girl, and she turned into a dog.
Yo,
And I
So that
think that
means she's a
Yo,
werewolf or she
she's a
orange.
dog. No, she's just worrying. Yeah, that's what it meant. Because
yo,
him get to
fish
find
boy.
out later on, say she really worrying. But guys, the reason why I even suggested this topic was I even forgot the most important story, which is the reason I suggested this topic. My grandmother passed recently. Rest in peace, mama.
rest in
And
peace.
Rest in peace, indeed.
yeah, thanks. And
Rest
she
in peace. No,
died.
come to me, I love you.
And she died right in my living room, guys. Right in my living room. We all stood there just watching her take her last breath. It was quite strange. And I remember when they moved the body, nobody wanted to sit in the settee where she died in. No one wanted to sit. For like a day, no one sat there. No one even sat in the living room. And my mother, she's OCD, so she just like was cleaning frantically, like trying to get, rid of the death atmosphere. And I remember I was the first person to sit back in the sofa, since she died. And guys, I sat in that sofa and I felt like I sat on someone me fly up. And I
No,
said, all right, mama, you're
sir.
still a lay down. You're still a lay down. But since then I
Listen.
didn't I didn't like see anything. And everybody in my family is saying, oh, we're in a dream or no nothing. And they're saying that's a good sign that she's really resting in peace. Because I lost my aunt from the same side of family.
Mhm.
I lost her last year. I think it was last year, March. And everyone, they must see her, they must hear her, and they're saying like she's just not resting in peace because she died under a lot of stress.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and my dad, he's a Christian. They're even conceptualizing that maybe she didn't repent and stuff like that. And it's just a whole thing when you live in a spiritual family. Everybody tries to put
It's more
logic
it's more
behind.
like a no, it's a religious family.
Yeah, yeah.
Spiritual is more broad and accepting of certain
Religion.
possibilities
Yeah, for
because
sure,
you
for
can't,
sure.
religion just kind of cages everything in.
Yeah.
Um, in regards to when people die, when loved ones die, they don't truly pass away until you dream them first. You have to dream them
Really?
first. Yeah, like,
Because I dreamt I saw my aunt.
and
I
she,
saw her,
and
and
how
every
is that?
okay. So I was just telling my aunt this a while ago because we were just writing the eulogy before this podcast. Um, I just saw her like on the street, just and I was just waving to her, and she was in a red shirt, but she looked really sad. But thing with me is when me a dream, me no know say me a dream, like everything feel real, and then I wake up and I'm like, hold on, you know. So I saw her in the dream and I waved to her. I was like, oh hi auntie, but my aunt was just telling me that she keeps seeing her like around the house, and she's in red too.
Yeah,
You know, it's not like she did in a red shirt or not. I don't. Nobody knows what the red shirt even means.
Trey Rags. Sorry. Okay.
Wait, what am saying?
Trey rugs.
Wait, what that mean? My last.
He's a
Can I get a red
YouTuber.
shirt?
Oh,
What was all open fist? Trarag, Trarags. She said.
hmm. I
What do
should
you
Google
mean
that
by
too. A red shirt mean.
Yeah,
What do you mean by that? What are you trying to get into?
that?
yeah, that guy.
But
Ah,
like I remember I was on TikTok the other day and people were talking about astral projection and all that shit. It's like,
Yeah.
a part of me wants to try it, and then the next part of me is like, yo, that shit's creepy. Suppose to go astral project and can't
What you
find myself back.
no,
what you
here's the
need to
thing with
do?
astral projection. If you go in there with negative thoughts, you're going to put yourself in hell. So you have to go in there with
Facts.
like positive, like with a
That's
positive
true.
mindset. Because if you don't go in there with a positive mindset, just know say Satan and them friend them are going to run down with them long body for fuck
Facts.
you,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
believe in that
That's
shit
how
for sure.
it works. It's the law of attraction dictates say, yo, the energy that you cultivate mentally, um, it dictates it dictates what you attract. So the universe, look on it. Let me break down the universe real quick for now. The universe is a pile of shit. See me? And what does a pile of shit attract? Flies and maggots and whatever eats shit. You see me? And that's how energy works. So if you have good energy, whatever thrives or flourishes in that kind of energy will come to you or be created by you. If it is negative energy now, you know, the same principle apply. That's why when you go to
I
a
don't think
haunted
that's
house
true.
and you sense bad vibes, sometimes you get nauseated, sometimes you start getting angry or anxious. Being
Cold
scared,
bump and them
you see
stuff.
me? Being scared shitless is quite normal, you see me? And that's how it is. And remember, even then, even if you're cultivating good energy, the con of it is that parasites will come as well. You see me?
Yeah, that's what I
Parasites
was
will
just
come as
about
well.
to say
Yeah, me
because
know, man,
even
me
the
know.
Bible said like them, but the Bible said them need like permission for like trouble you, but I guess them
Yeah,
still are gonna reveal themselves to kind of intimidate you. Because when I
yeah,
see stuff around my room, I don't necessarily feel scared. I feel like either they're just passing through, like them
yeah,
Spanish stone Duppy there,
yeah,
or them just like them lost and them just they saw my energy or something and them they just curious, you know,
yeah.
or
Maybe
something.
because
I don't
you're
know. I don't even
radiating
really
some
know.
good shit or something.
Yeah.
I mean, people with abilities are usually ones who attract these things because they probably have a greater bioluminescence than the common person. You see me? They fit it like it's like fit them chi more radiant, more rampant throughout their bodies. You see me? So I guess they can see that shit. You see me? And these energies, if you think about like what Tesla say, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. There are certain spots, as we did say about law of attraction, how it may attract or create certain things. Look on frequency now. You see, the more you tune into it, or the more concentrated that energy is, the more clearer you will be able to perceive whatever exists in that frequency or energy. So in your earbow, when you hear about a certain forest where You hear pick me I get kidnapped. You see me? But they find them back miles away in I same clothes, even cleaner than when them be gone. Me now pick up back that picnic there, you forgot that youth car. You know how are you? You're different now. You're gone, then done with you, then probe you and change up, brother. You're trying now.
Not probe.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but you know the principles apply. Sometimes you hear people just walk and disappear, never to be seen again without a trace. They probably walk through a portal they didn't even notice, or they
Yeah.
probably in their minds they perceive something that none other can see. So them can perceive the energy, say, yo, all right, them see this little doorway, they see this little cave entrance, right? Others cannot see that cave entrance because they're not perceiving that
Yeah.
frequency. You see me?
Yeah.
Them can't see it. Them cannot see it, them cannot feel it, right? But you can see it. You walk through it, and it will be like you literally just disappeared into wherever you just went. But in your mind, you're probably walking through somewhere exploring and shit like that. And you know time is flowing mad different. You could be in there for like 5 minutes, and to them you've been gone for 5 fucking years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just like the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
It's shit like that, isn't it? So keep these things in mind when you,
Experiencing
yeah,
paranormal.
when you experience paranormal activities, and know that if you can master your vibrations, if you can master your energy, these techniques that you may practice, actual astral projection, clairvoyance, and all these things, you won't have to worry as much because you know how to handle it. It's like working out before before you go to fight or something. Before you compete in an event, you gotta master the basics first before you jump into these techniques. You see me? Because it's
Me
easy
not
to
think
lose it.
nobody really a try like learn techniques though. We kind of sound weird now. Nobody start pre-we no viewers true come from St. Thomas. Nobody start
Right.
pre-we. I beg
Remember
you.
to never disrespect any
No,
of
but
you.
the very fact that we come from St. Thomas, it means that we need to know how to handle these things. Else it else it dark. Where she gone? She gone, huh?
Shit,
Come back.
DC.
She
Come
soon
back,
come.
Mama.
She might come back.
Soon come back.
She soon
Go
fall
and
back.
talk to him.
Say it. Sealer.
But yeah, man, she's supposed to still here, right? Yeah, there she is.
What
Good man.
happened?
No, you just
No, no,
gone.
no,
I
no.
use
Oh.
I did so.
At the bosom.
No, oh my god, as that happened. Sorry for cut you, but is
Yeah.
it just me, right? Or wait,
Mm.
who else smoke here? Or
Me, 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 me,
indulge
me,
in
me,
weed?
me.
Okay. When you're high, does your electronics start acting weird?
No.
What,
No,
bruh? I
yeah,
feel
when
like
you're
I'm
high,
on a higher frequency or something because every time I get high, my electronics just start spazzing out, bro. Just start spazzing out.
Yo,
well,
what wrong with St. Thomas people?
no, it's not St. Thomas people. What is your problem? Nice
Nah,
and
well,
nice.
me take it back. No, what I mean, do me just say. No, 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 no.
No goosey.
Don't go do me a good youth.
Listen, I understand this. Listen, I understand the stereotype. 'Cause after a wedding, then find
Oh, then
a
fine,
building,
yeah.
yeah, in
Jesus.
front of the police station in Marambay. And I said, John, oh,
We don't
they
know
just
nothing about
keep
that,
adding
people.
to the stereotype, brother. I'm like, yo, you know, how hard we fight for not be looked at as fucking
Yeah.
sorcerers of the country, isn't it? But
Old
no,
necromancers.
no, we are no fucking Hogwarts for
Yeah.
Jamaica. I'm sick and tired, isn't it?
St.
But
Thomas is like a whole Diablo tool of it.
Yeah, it's
listen,
not real.
listen.
For sure.
Actually, one more. A lot of things going in St. Thomas we don't know about, is it, man? Because it's a more nature saturated place, and a lot of spiritual shit going down here, is it?
But I want to say, like, Obi and them thing there, them I get more work, not really worldwide, but them are spread out. I get amongst the different parishes now because people, I
No,
don't know
for a
if you
long
notice,
time,
but yeah,
long
for a
time.
long time, but it's being more known now because it guess what, in the song them
Yeah,
and everybody will chop now. It's
yeah.
like them it's like chopping, like
Gathering is
scamming
me.
is linked. Yeah. I was even watching a video yesterday on guard rings by Sila Media on YouTube. You can check them out. It's two Rasta men. They always talk about spirituality and they're Christians, but they talk about like the occult and stuff and
Where's
dark
them
stuff
name?
like that. Sila Media. on YouTube.
Stealer Media. That a wicked
Hmm.
name, that you know. Oh
That
my
is
god.
so
Yeah,
dirty to go for
it's
that.
too
That is
Rasta,
like
man.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they are Christians. I always watch them. But they were talking about how gatherings function and stuff like that. And they said that most of these gatherings are you see them little kids here who are gone missing and them thing there. More
Yeah.
time, a
Sacrifice.
virgin blood and oh you mean a virgin bones and them thing that the people them need for make gathering and them thing that these rings are made out of bones from sacrifices and them
Mhm.
put the guzo or whatever them do, they mix up herbs or spell, whatever them do, yeah,
Well,
man.
sorry for interject. But it is the video with the skeletons on them and shit with
Yeah.
them dig up and find.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
that's
never seen that
crazy.
one.
Yeah, she said
Yes,
something.
it's literally what
Oh,
we just get
oh,
about
that's
in front of a
crazy.
police station.
That's crazy, bro.
That
I laugh
actually did
about.
shock me. That did creep me
Try
out.
remember said St. James do the same thing too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I left Fort St. James, do you remember the cult
Yeah,
pastor
the
out
cold
there?
brother there. Yeah. Well,
Part way.
quote unquote dead.
Oh, there's
Because
another
me not believe saying dead.
Jaja. I don't know what to think make of that, to be honest. I don't know what to make of that.
No, like as they get catch on your way to prison, the car just coincidentally crash and you're dead.
Yeah,
Some man
that
the
goes
bird
up for
that stick
true.
on some the key in a cube or something, yeah, man.
Jaja.
man, they not came out with two packs of blood.
Not Tupac. But
Mhm.
there's this YouTuber, she's called Buzzbox. You can look her up too. She basically does videos on, she does different type of videos, but her what I really watch her for is her stories because her mother used to do witchcraft and she's a Christian now. She says she kinda break out she break not kinda she broke out of
She's
that
the one
and
with the try tie the man.
yes, yeah, I was telling you about that. Yeah,
Fucking
she went
wicked
to a
girl.
Obia woman to try tie her man. So you can kind of watch that video
It's
and
a,
get some insight on how how these processes work.
yo, hold on, what's your name?
Buzzbox,
I spell that.
BUZZ box
I
BOX.
me have one little question or so.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know.
Man, let me look up that day. This is just for educational purposes only. Man, I try to
No,
go
you
some of
just want to see if she pretty.
that's
No, she doesn't
that's
show her
not true.
face or anything because, of course, people are gonna judge her. She doesn't show her
Yeah.
face. She call herself Dolly because she put on like the the bit emoji thing
Yeah.
where iPhone have. Yeah, that's what she uses to kind of mask her identity. But I always find stuff like that because I always I look for it to kind of get information so I know like what to stay away from. Because she even told this story about this man that she met at Montego Bay. She was trying to do business with him, but he was
Right.
trying to make it personal. And they
Of
became
course, that
friends.
one do,
And
man.
she said before he was helping her with the business thing, he asked her this question. He said, do you promise to love me with your mind, body, and soul? And she said she picked up on how weird that sounded because of her mother, being in witchcraft and stuff like that. So she have a discernment basically. So she was
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not going to agree to that. And I know a lot of girls would agree to that because then probably would have laugh it off and say, sure, like obviously I'm not
You
going to love
do.
you, like me just want you for your money or whatever. But they don't understand the seriousness of verbal contracts and them thing there.
Yeah. Much
So
a
she
good you
was like,
call him.
What?
It's like him have a Duppy as a JP basically.
Yeah.
Come up there and wait.
She get to find out said the man grew up in a this witchcraft kind of thing where he basically gets like I don't want to say souls because you can't really take nobody like anytime you hear people say them sell them soul, I mean you can't sell what's not yours. You can always repent, but people think they're too far gone that them can go back to God, and it's a lie from the pit of hell. But anyway, so that's what he kind of does, and she realized that every girl that this man has ever talked to is like they mad out like every time he walk with her because he's a wealthy, well-known man in Montego Bay according to
Yeah.
her. So every time they're walking together, some girl will approach him and a ball and I say, you can't unblock me, or it's like him mad out the girl him. It's like him tie them or something once they agree to that. And it's like them can't prosper, them have car, them no want drive them car, them want give him all of them money. It's crazy out here, guys. So just be careful. Like don't say yes to anything. Don't make nobody touching the hair, as my mother would say.
Yo.
Don't it's weird. Trust me, it's weird out here. And it's
Listen.
easy to get caught up if you don't believe. And you don't have to believe, but don't be naive at the same time,
don't be playing it sweet in these streets, isn't it?
Exactly.
As me say, and this is a great place to input what I've been saying ever since. It's when you come to yourself, your mind, master your mind, or else someone or something else will. You see me? These people, most of them, they have no fucking awareness of the spiritual. Some of them
Yeah.
look on it and feel say a fiction and then think this. So them nobody build up any spiritual immunity to these things. Cause a lot of these things, if you got a dead, like if you're like anime logic, if you're power line up certain techniques now go work for you. This is the case, isn't it? If you have enough spiritual immunity, they can't fuck with you. If you're something there, if you on your God shit, even better. Even better. You
Yeah.
see me? Listen, the source of prayer and thing now go do it. You need to really meditate and get connected to this universe. You see me? You need to be up. You need to realize, say, yo, you are a part of something bigger, and something bigger is a part of you. In every
Why?
fucking spiritual, easy no Tessa, just yeah. So, in every fucking religious group, every fucking spiritual group, you always hear about even the spiritualists on YouTube, you always hear about the universe is inside you. In fucking Star Wars, in these fucking anime, this dongwa, the universe. Low me out, Jordan, you suck, but you're a good youth, same good youth. I don't know what you are, girl, boy, human being, same way, yeah, man. So as me I said, them always say, yo, the universe is inside you. You see me? Um, Christ, they say, yo, let no man tell you if you look there or look here, because the kingdom of heaven is inside you or lies within you, isn't it? You
Wait,
embody
inside
something
what?
eternal. You understand?
You say
You embody
inside
something.
what?
It is within you, basically.
What do you
Like the
mean by that?
kingdom of heaven is within. The man really play that? Yeah. All right, so
Our one.
may I try explain, say, yo, you basically embody something eternal, brother. You see me? That's what your spirit is connected to. You see me? So if you master channeling energy from that place, you're good. You understand? But if you ignore it, brother, anything will reach you, because nobody never tell you if you wear slippers in a Kashamaka bush.
What?
You have to wear your things. You have to be prepared. That me I say, be prepared.
Oh, is
Be
that like a
prepared.
old sentiment saying I've never heard before?
No, I legit made that up.
Oh.
Yo, wanna
I
think
can
about the
take over a
Freemason.
dance hall. You see me?
Wanna
Wait,
think
can I?
about the Freemason.
But what?
Oh, that's a whole other thing. I didn't do
Mhm.
research for it.
So,
I've
But
heard
what?
some like wild stories about the Freemason, like
Hello?
people.
Where everybody gone?
What's the Freemason again? Because I heard the word before.
they're basically secret societies.
Like the
Yeah,
Illuminati or whatever.
Oh,
yeah,
oh yeah, man, them real.
yeah. Them
Yeah,
them real, brother.
I've heard a
You know,
lot
say
of people
what going in Saint Thomas
mental
and
space.
Saint James, they are real, brother.
Yeah, it certainly is real. I know people in lodges too. And not
Brother, you
all of
know.
them are doing
Mm,
like creepy spiritual stuff. A
yeah,
lot of them are just there for, well, that's what they say at least. I don't believe these folks because that's them always try to reel in it. So if them see that you're an intellectual logical person, they're gonna tell you with information because that's what you like. Or if you like freaky orgies, they're gonna tell you, oh, do orgies forward, and then they just
yeah.
lodge you into the lodge
Listen,
or whatever.
they
Dumb.
do be playing on your shit. They do be playing on your desires,
Why?
your ambitions. I
Sorry.
mean, why if it's
Let
true?
me stop.
Because they might be playing on your shit. They creepy. You see me? Literally, they might be.
But like I've heard stories like the sacrifices in the lodge,
Yeah. Mhm.
like a lot of them.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
have
Like
a
you
friend in
guys
a
do,
lodge
like
and he has
family and
confirmed that
shit.
for sure.
Like it do like blood relatives. Like
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you
Yeah.
have to give
Babies.
your firstborn soul or all kind of
Yep.
stuff.
To get to like different levels and such.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
for
pre this,
sure.
pre this, pre this. I don't know if Una have certain friends where these people, and from for me, they're mostly females, right? These friends I'd have, right? Like them, the rest of their family seem fine, but they who are trying to make something of themselves suffer the most. You see me? Like I'm talking like incest, rape, um, verbal abuse, neglect, all these things. I mean, I say, yo, everyone else in your family is fine, but you. Everyone else in your family, at least certain characters, have been some has committed some form of transgression against you. Them are prosper. You are not. You are the only child for your mom. And also
This
the
sound
first
too
one.
specific. We are tough.
No, like legit. Like these are multiple females. I know. I'm like, don't ever think, say, um, your family is kind of feeding off of you. Like
Mm.
there has to be some little bakawa ritual of one where you are being used as a scapegoat for them. You see me? And you realize say when some of them dead, you realize yes, your life start to get better and them thing the brother. You see me? Like I don't know if you have some friends
I
like
don't
that
know that, but
in these toxic
I know
households.
people who like them just can't like better in a life because somebody down the line, like a grandmother or a great grandmother used to do witchcraft, and thing
Yes, and
about
that
witchcraft
try
is obia,
sins of the
you
father.
think you think it a better your life, when you're obia yourself to get millions. But you're cursing your children and their
Yeah,
children and their children. You're cursing them because
tap from the gozo de your body, and you go breathe.
yeah,
Born with a
there's a
guzu.
cost. Yeah,
You see
there's a
me?
cost to these things.
Can I say something real quick? Am I
So
Yeah.
the
energy
only
travel,
one?
so energy travel.
Am I the only one when talking about anything paranormal, like your senses just get heightened, like
Yeah.
like your touch, like everything
Yeah.
just get heightened? Am I the only one?
Yeah.
No, like no, that used to be me. But you see, through
Okay, so
me
I'm not a
used to
pussy.
these
Okay.
things, I will run
No,
fades.
no.
I will run fades with things that are invisible, brother. I just need to sense. I may just fling my fist there.
Oh, all right. Before we're done, because it's 1 hour left, I really wanted to ask about mermaids because, oh my God, the family grew up me I hear about mermaid and goat
Mermaids.
table and them all draw you under the water and re.
Listen,
All I'm gonna say about
multiple
that
JDF
is,
operatives. My friend, may have a friend, and the girl me I talk to, she have a friend in Nigeria, and the two of them people, and I said they don't like they can see at night. Them not like the coast guard thing at night because Duppy in the water or some paranormal creature in the water. You see me?
It's actually said that aliens and the marine kingdom, which is what we would call mermaid, are in
Hmm.
correspondence because, oh my God, this
I,
sounds mad.
I
But
believe in
anyway,
aliens.
The
because
Atlanteans, brother.
even soldiers, like when them a fly the plane them or whatever. I don't
Yeah,
know nothing about soldiers, guys. Help me out here. When them a fly them plane and them a do them look at air travel testing or whatever.
yeah,
Couple time while them just see sources over the sea and the sources
yeah.
just disappear into the water.
Yeah,
This is confirmed.
they're in something there. It's not a surprise, Tessa, cause here what? As much as people don't want to believe it, as much as
It's
people don't
whatever.
want to
People know
believe it,
already.
people don't know that aliens have been here from before we born. You
Facts.
see me? When you hear about in the Bible about how fallen angels come down and fuck down the whole place,
Yep.
aliens.
Yep.
In Egypt, it's the same story. Gods came down from wherever, fuck, aliens. In the Sumerian lore, the Anunnaki came down, fuck everything, taught everyone
Yeah.
technology and shit.
Yep.
Aliens.
And for the
Aztecs,
skeptics out
Mayans,
there to prove that
aliens.
that's true, all right, remember, so the angel them, I try to be quick because it's an hour. The angel them, fallen angel them come down, right? They know they have no chance to go back to heaven, so
Yeah.
them try to create heaven and earth. That's why you have these pyramids, that's why you have these
Yes.
great buildings back then, and you're like, how could they make these things back then
You see me?
without the technology that we have now? they
Yeah.
had heavenly knowledge. Remember that, guys? That's why
Yeah.
the pyramids are aligned with certain constellations and them thing there. Man never
Accurately
had
too.
telescope back then for know them thing there. And then they were breeding with humans and creating like leviathans and
Yes.
remember say God did flood the earth. So I kind of have this theory. This is my personal theory. That like a lot of the offsprings are abominations of these mating and experiments, because they weren't just having sex with humans, they were literally experimenting like
Yeah.
as scientists.
Splicing genetics and shit like that.
Yeah, they were fully experimenting.
Like Orochimaru.
I don't know the reference there, but yeah.
Learn
Naruto.
style.
Naruto.
Naruto,
Yeah, so I believe that like a lot of them kind of morphed to survive the flood. That's why you have
Yeah.
mermaids. They kind of like shape shifted so they could live on, if that makes
And then
sense.
evolution still plays a part because they were still creatures of earth, and creatures of earth are known to evolve. So evolution plus extraterrestrial would equal that. You see me?
That sounds so weird.
A while, but a fact. You see me?
Nipples, Jordan, drip you up.
That's
The man have your shirt.
I don't know the things them, the terms them. Man, man,
Telescope where you use and listen
neurologist. I will
to
study that again.
stethoscope where you use listen to some of the heartbeats.
Whatever. My
Yeah.
strengths lie in literature, not
You know, so life
astronomy.
could have been like an anime, but God just don't like it sometimes. Could I use magic and them thing there, you know? If you
I
really think about
mean,
it.
we
I think it would be
can.
too
We
wild.
were just not raised that way.
Yeah.
If you were raised in a place where these practices are commonplace, you would probably be out here.
What in what
You
practice
know,
is?
So man, I
dancing the nolinga and trees just a grow and them thing there. You see me? You hear
But
me?
the
Yeah,
thing is,
them
remember,
can't
say
say
I
at
want you
all,
guys to remember, like the Bible said, we were made in God's image. So if God have power, we certainly have power.
So we can
But
fling
it
fire
takes
past
like
somebody.
a level of discipline and
Yeah,
like
practice.
yeah.
That's what
Because remember, we're
exposure.
tainted. We're tainted by sin. So all we are gonna have God power, and God never sinned before, but we sin. We can't be on the same level as Him.
No,
You
Alright.
never,
understand?
never.
So it
So what
takes
I'm
That's what
gathering
God
here,
said.
yeah.
Even
what I'm
Christ
gathering
said.
here with the aliens and underwater, what I'm hearing is, right? Mikey,
Yo,
Mikey, you know what we have to do, right?
What
With
that?
all this, you know, so have to go to Fishman Island, all right?
No. We're not go down. Not go be like them people that will go try
okay.
read area 51,
Sir,
the
I
alien
am going to
beaches.
Fishman Island and I'm finding the One Piece and I'm destroying that red line.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Alright, guys. So
Next thing you
past the
know-
hour mark, you see me? So
Yeah.
I think it's time to wrap up. But any final words? Must I go down the line and grand even?
Man, I bed tonight. Man, I sleep tonight. Every light I stay on tonight. Man, I shower because man, I want to know Duppy can suck more than I shower. That's all I say.
All right. Me have a finishing remark as well. I'm go and go through phone remark till me find mine because Google act like it gay and
Or
slow.
nipples?
I don't really have nothing to say. I feel like I want to talk to the skeptics, because I've always been talking about this kind of stuff, especially in high school, growing up, and them thing there. And people just pre and think you're stupid or think you're mad, and it's like, okay, you can think that, but don't think without trying to find answers for yourself. I mean, I say if you go down, go up the person. No, I'm just saying, try maybe praying and say, okay, God, if you're so real, show me say you're real, or try it. Just try something spiritual for yourself, and if you don't see any change, then you know for a definite that's not what it's about, and or it's not real or whatever. But don't knock it till you try it, basically.
I mean, some people they even left them yard good, and they think they can dictate the possibilities or impossibilities of what is and what is not in this bumbuckler world.
Yeah,
Can't
you
understand.
don't have the answers, neither do we, mind you.
You see me?
But
But
you don't have
pre this. And we not too need for travel because we experience it for ourselves, you see me? We see it, so we know more. You see me? We seek more and we know more. Seek and ye shall find. Law of attraction, you see me?
I'm tired to sit up,
Now here's my finishing remark. which is something more everybody, carry to them bed with some positivity. Said by Christ himself. Psalms 82, um, verse 6, also. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. You see me? So, y'all are divine entities. Y'all can do the same shit or even more shit than what Christ is doing is here, but bear in mind that you still are God dead. You see me? You're still mortal, but you're still divine. You understand? So, that's what you should take away from me right now. From a St. Thomas man, they should mean Holy too, no? You see me?
Yeah, big up east
So,
side, you know.
east
Big up
side.
you side. My final thoughts on this whole entire topic, like I do have a little skepticism when it comes to it, but I do keep an open mind.
Yeah.
And I would encourage anybody to keep an open mind to certain things. Like you can still have your doubts, but
Yeah.
like keep an open mind, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Really appreciated. Cause some people, not calling him,
Yeah.
I know them ditch the podcast tonight, so you know. What's up for the support? Everybody who, tuned in to watch this episode. Really appreciating as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're
Yeah,
on
yeah,
different
subscribe to
social
this.
media platforms,
Even
Twitter,
on YouTube.
Instagram, Granddad even, please. Anyways,
Wagwan. Follow.
Instagram, Twitter, when they're on Facebook, they're on Twitch, so everybody into gaming or everybody can watch it on this too. Is it? So, anyways, guys, I think that's it. See you
Alright.
guys next week, hopefully, and good night.
Good
Good night.
night.
Later.
It was good stream. Good podcast.